First reading, a reading from the Paul's letter to the Colossians, chapter 1, verses 9 to 14. That is why, ever since the day he told us, we have never failed to remember you in our prayers and ask that through perfect wisdom and spiritual understanding, you should reach the fullest knowledge of His will and so be able to lead a life worthy of the Lord, a life acceptable to Him in all its aspects, bearing fruit in every kind of good work and growing in knowledge of God, fortified in accordance with His glorious strength, with all power always to preserve and endure, giving thanks with joy to the Father who has made you able to share the lot of God's holy people and with them to inherit the light, because that is what He has done. It is He who has rescued us from the ruling force of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of the Son that He loves. And in Him we enjoy our freedom, the forgiveness of sins. This is the word of Lord. Thanks be to God. A reading from the Gospel according to Luke, chapter 5, verses 1 to 11. Now it happened that he was standing one day by the lake of Gennesaret with a crowd pressing round him, listening to the word of God. When he caught sight of two boats at the water edge, the fishermen had got out of them and were washing their nets. He got into one of the boats, it was Simon's, and asked him to put out a little from the shore. Then he sat down and taught the crowds from the boat. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, put out into deep water and pay out your nets for a catch. Simon replied, Master, we worked hard all night long and got nothing, but if you say so, I will pay out the nets. And when they had done this, they netted such a huge number of fish that their nets began to tear. So they signaled to their companions in the other boat to come and help them. When these came, they filled both boats to sinking point. When Simon Peter saw this, he fell at the knees of Jesus, saying, Leave me, Lord, I am a sinful man. For he and all his companions were completely awestruck at the catch they had made. So also were James and John, son of Zebedee, who were Simon's partners. But Jesus said to Simon, Do not be afraid. From now on it is people who will be catching. Then bringing their boats back to land, they left everything and followed him.